Wall Street bank Goldman Sachs will pay $5 billion to settle claims that it duped clients with rotten mortgage investments that Goldman knew were likely to fail. This was part of the widespread mortgage fraud that triggered the Great Recession in 2008. Goldman is the last of the big banks to settle with the government, and Dean Reynolds has more on this.
News of the $5 billion settlement thrust Goldman Sachs into the glare of the public spotlight and the crosshairs of the presidential campaign.
They are a fraudulent organization.
The Wall Street firms engaged in greed, massive greed.
In February, Morgan Stanley settled for $3.2 billion. Wells Fargo agreed to pay $1.2 billion. J.P. Morgan Chase paid $13 billion 3 years ago, and Bank of America coughed up a whopping $16.6 billion in 2014. Goldman admitted that in bundling mortgages from subprime loan specialists like Countrywide Financial and then selling them to investors as bonds, it largely failed to address financial problems it knew about. In one period during August 2006, Goldman found what it called an unusually high percentage of loans with credit and compliance defects. When one transaction manager was asked by Goldman officials, "How do we know that we caught everything?" he answered, "We don't." Another responded, "Depends on what you mean by everything." And when an outside analyst wrote a positive review of Countrywide, the head of due diligence at Goldman wrote in an email, "If they only knew." This was a civil case, so no one is going to jail, and that's likely to add to the anger, according to Robert Weissman of Public Citizen, an advocacy group.
Millions of people were thrown out of jobs, millions of people lost their homes, communities were destroyed, all because of their wrongdoing, yet they are escaping any criminal accountability, it seems.
While a $5 billion civil penalty is a lot of money, Scott, approximately half of it appears to be tax deductible, which means Goldman Sachs will be getting a tax break that could shave close to $1 billion off the money it has just agreed to pay.
Dean Reynolds reporting tonight. Dean, thank you.